want to quickly show us what we'll be looking out for this week on GBP USD and Euro USD. But before we look into that, I want us to quickly look at the DXY to give us the direction so that we'll be able to know whether we are buying or selling, whether our focus will be on buying or selling. So the DXY always gives us the direction on on USDPS. So now this is my DXY right now. This is what we use to measure the direction of the USDPS. If you look at my screen now, I'm on weekly time frame. And if you look at this DXY, this is DXY now. If you look at it, you will see that this DXY is stuck in the range. We have the high here, and we have the low here. Then we have the pullback here to this minor resistance. And since then, we are stuck in this range. And not until this, we are out of this range that we will be able to know whether we are going up or we are going down. But currently, where we are right now, what do we think is going to happen from here? So that is what we need to find out before we know which direction are we going now. You know, since we have low here, high here, we expect this guy to touch this support here before going up again. But if you look at this particular place now, let's look at what is happening here, because the price has come to this place once on December 2023 before it began the up move here. So now that is at the same place again, and once price has touched a particular place before and reacted, it can do the same thing again. So now let's look at what is happening there. If we mark this place out to go and check what is happening there on the lower time frame, let's go a little bit lower to daily time frame. If you look at this daily time frame now, you can see that we have a support there. We are having a correction there on that support. Let's look at 4 hours to see more details. If you look at these 4 hours now, you can see that we have a correction already, and the price has broken above that particular correction. If we take this one as double bottom pattern and this as a neckline, you can see that we have broken the neckline already, and that is a reversal. You understand? And even also we have taken out this level here. So if you look at, if you want to make your judgment, or if you want to make a judgment based on this scenario we have seen so far, we can say we'll be looking at an uptrend next week on DXY. That means technically the DXY will be buying, you know, for the coming weeks, because we've seen a correction here and the price has even tapped that place before and rejected. You can see this candle. This is a doji candle, but it's an indecision candle. But the next candle also gave us a bullish, which shows that there is probability of this candle continue the upward movement, since we have this support seems as if it has been, you know, held here. So there is every possibility of this candle, this price moving up. So, and if there is any failure here, that means we're going to break this particular level and then we go down. So for the coming weeks now, what I'll be looking out for now is bullish on DXY. So now, if we are looking at DXY being bullish for the coming weeks, that means on all the USD pairs like GBP USD and Euro USD will be bearish, while USD JPY, USD CAD and so on will be bullish. So now let's check out what we'll get on GBP USD and Euro USD. So if you look at, let's start from the weekly as well. If you look at the weekly on GBP USD, let's look at the weekly. If you look at this place now that we have been in an uptrend, and on Monday, March 2022, we have a resistance here, and the price is currently retesting that resistance. You know, as at the last 3 weeks candle, we have been at this resistance, retesting it again. So there are two things that will happen here. It's either we'll break this resistance to continue our buying movement, or the price will be rejected from it. So forex trading is always a game of probability. If it's not broken, then it will be rejected. So now we need to watch what is going to happen at this particular level now. Okay, so now since we are at this resistance now, you can see what we need to now be looking out for now is a reversal pattern from here, a confirmation to know whether we're going to bearish here. Since we are bullish on DXY, I will be looking at this candle, this price coming down from here. So now let's look at what is happening at that level on daily time frame. To look at this same level again, we're just trying to look at what is happening here so that we'll be able to make our decision. This price has been rejected from here, and if we look at it from 4 hours, let's see what we want to see. Let's see if we can have a clear direction there. If you look at this particular place now, you can see that we have a head and shoulder here. This is left shoulder, head, and I'll take this as the right shoulder. So since we have this particular pattern formed at this weekly level, so as far as I'm concerned, we're going to be bearish. We are already bearish on the GBP USD. And if you look at this place now, you can see this is this right shoulder that the price has retested that place and was rejected. So since price has been rejected at this shoulder here, that means we're going to continue to at least this particular level that we mark out here. If you look at that level, you can see it clearly on daily. There is a support here. So most likely we are coming down to this support. So I'm going to go with this because we are bullish on DXY. So definitely GBP USD and USD will be bearish. So since we have this particular candle formation here, and we have this pattern here, so the opportunity that I'll be looking out for next week now is bearish. So since we even have this particular candle here, this is an engulfing, a bearish engulfing. It's an indication that the price will drop. These two are giving us an indication that this price is going to drop for the coming week. So all you need to do now is just to position yourself for entry, at this particular leg now. Okay, you have a bearish engulfing. Wait for a retest of this bearish engulfing and see a rejection here. The moment you have your rejection here, you don't need to waste your time again than to begin to sell at that particular point. So that is what I have on GU. Then let's look at Euro USD and see what is happening there as well. To look at these charts now, you can see almost the same thing is happening there. We are at a level as well. A level was created on March 22, and so it retested July 23, and now is that same level again at August 24, September 24, and September now. So we are currently at that same level now. So we need to look at what is going to happen. Will the price break it or be rejected? Those are the two things that usually happen at every level. The price will either break it or it will be rejected. So now, since we are at that level, let's go to lower time frame for us to see what is actually happening at that level. So if you look at this daily time frame now, I don't really have so much information here, but let's go down to 4 hours. We go down to the 4 hours or 4-hour candle rather. You see that here we have a swing failure here, okay, and the price has broken this particular level. So that means we have a correction pattern here, okay, and the price has been giving us a downtrend. Now, if you look at this particular place that we have a resistance there, and the price was rejected from that resistance, which is the same thing that happened on GU. So since price has been rejected at this resistance and we have a bearish engulfing here, all we need to be looking out for the coming week now is sell opportunity. And most likely, since this price has been rejected from this this support once, okay, most likely, and it's not holding, because assuming we're able to clear this particular level now, then we'll say, okay, we will test and continue the buy. But since the price was rejected at this level, then I'm not seeing this particular level, this particular support holding again. So the next place I'll be targeting is this particular support here. So since we have a rejection here, I'll wait for a retest at my entry at this particular point. I'm not going to jump in immediately, but I will look at my entry based on my entry strategies. I will look at my entry here. You can use your own entry strategy to enter here as well. Then I will sell to this place. So on GBP USD and Euro USD for the coming weeks, I will sell.